Hey there, content creators. Want to make stunning content without being tied to a computer or your desktop? I've got you covered. In this video, I'll be sharing mobile apps that I use for content creation in 2024. From photo editing to video production, these apps are perfect for creators on the move. Say goodbye to the limitations and hello to creativity. Let's dive into these must have tools for every content creator.
My friends, welcome to Content Creators Connect. Here we are, all about encouraging the three C's: connecting with others via video, content development that builds your personal brand, and we are creators sharing our experiences despite our distance. I'm so excited about tonight. The C3 team member leading this evening is Kevin, also known as Classic Mac, to his online community, and he is a strong advocate in finding low cost tools to help you in your live streaming journey.
So, Manny, before we get started, we want to say we're missing one of our three wonderful hosts today. So, Dory is off on a well deserved weekend off. So, hopefully, you're having a great time off, Dory, and we hopefully will see you next week. And looking forward to it. And without you running the show, yes, we may have a few technical glitches along the way, but hey, we're doing the best that we can. So, and as for my getup, here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, it is the Calgary Stampede, the greatest outdoor show on earth is going on now. So it's everybody in the city is getting into the spirit. So that's why I have the cowboy hat on and am living it up like a cowboy for the next 10 days. But Manny, before I jump into the content, I have a question for you. What are your top three mobile apps that you use for producing content on the go, and have they transformed your creative process?
Wow, that's a great question. And I cannot say that it's transformed my creative process. Some ways it's made things a little easier. For example, one of the main apps that I go to all the time is Canva, right? I use Canva for desktop all the time. But sometimes I might I might run into a hiccup where it's like, oh, I need to fix that thumbnail. Oh, I messed up this, or I want to change the text, or this is not doing too well. That's where Canva comes in great, using it on the phone on the fly. And another app that I'm kind of looking into, so I cannot give it credit that I'm starting to use it, but it is a mobile app that a lot of people use for their little edits on shorts or short form content, is CapCut. I've been exploring that one a little more, which is a mobile app, or as you would say, mobile app. And so, that's where it's like it has transformed the creative process and making life a little bit easier when you run into those hiccups where it's like, oh, I need to fix this or I need to fix that. Sometimes I might use I don't even know that I really use any other mobile app without really thinking about it. Now, in all fairness, as you can probably tell, I recently went to an iPhone. So I know a lot of those apps have transferred over, but I'm still adjusting to the new phone. And so I don't, right now, the only one that I'm still using on this transfer over is definitely Canva. And so other apps like that I have used quite a bit in the past is Filmora Go. You see, Filmora is the first editing web browser that I started using, and because it was a little more easier than DaVinci Resolve, and so they also had a Filmora Go app which helped me edit videos on the go. So outside of that, there's none that I can really give so much credit to. But my friends, as you can tell, we got a great piece of content coming up from Kevin. So if this is the type of content that you'd like to see more of, please consider hitting the subscribe button and that notification bell. That way you do get notified whenever we go live. And I'm sure that, as you know, Kevin's going to help you save some money. So you're really going to want to get that pencil and paper ready, because I'm sure he's going to share some great value. Take it away, Kevin.
And before we get started, just want to say hello to Anna. Thanks for joining us once again. Love having you participating in our weekly streams here. And yeah, today is going to be a fun one because we're talking about mobile stuff. And I am always curious to know what others have on their phone to create content because whenever you go out into the public, you always see people holding their phones up, taking pictures, taking videos, and you think, yeah, basically it's going to be like a TikTok. But hey, there's a ton of other apps out there. So we're actually going to be going through all of those different types of things and the different types of um, categories to be able to do that. So let's just jump on into it. And while we're doing this, I'm actually going to be pulling up actually on my phone. So it's actually going to be live so you can actually see what the app is going to look like as well. So number one question, what's on my phone? Like I said, you always see people taking their pictures and selfies, and is it just a photo? Is it a video? What is their end goal when they do things like this? So I'm always curious. So today I'm breaking down the information into 4 different categories. So we're going to be looking at capturing the content, editing, posting, and the big one, storage, because you can't keep everything on your device all the time. So how do you get it from your device to somewhere where you can access it later if you need to? So let's start off with capturing content. When it comes to creating content, it basically can be summed into one of 3 categories: photo, video, or audio. So photos, people are taking pictures and they're going to be posting it on different types of platforms. Video, um, you can do short videos, you can do longer videos, and the longer ones, maybe you're just taking some B-roll that you're going to integrate into other videos as well. Maybe it's not just uploading right away. Maybe you're going to be using it later when you're at your desktop to do some editing, that sort of thing. And the last one, audio. Maybe you're actually doing a podcast out in the wild. Maybe you're meeting somebody out at a picnic, going outside, going and enjoying the outdoors, and maybe you're having a nature podcast and you're just wanting to talk. So we're going to talk about the different options for audio as well. So here is the fun part, editing. Um, tons of different apps up there. Exactly what Manny was saying was one of our go-to ones here at C3 is the Canva app. And I'm just going to pull mine up here just so I can share what it actually looks like here. There we go. So the mobile app, it's like you were saying, a lot of these were web-based that were basically created into apps. So everything is there to be able to create, and all the same tools are there based on the plan that you have. So absolutely 100% that's a go-to for us. And the next one, what I really like about this one is, and you're not really gonna, you're gonna wonder why I'm actually saying I actually enjoy this, but the next one was Snapchat. They have so many fun filters. So to be able to go in there and you can actually take a picture, take a video, and then post it on other pieces of social media. So you're creating your own content, but you're going to borrow it and use it elsewhere. So I like what Snapchat does for a ton of the other uh, their creativity just keeps going on, and they're always getting feedback from sort of like the younger generation about different games and so forth. So just to have some fun with some of these other filters, you can always just do, like I said, just a little recording and have have a bit of fun with this and just make people laugh. So that's, like I said, enjoy playing with that filter specifically. So yeah, Canva, go to. Snapchat is a ton of fun. And what's, I don't know if many people actually do use this, but Google Photos itself, they have done a lot of work over the years to create um, an editor within the Google app itself. So when you take a picture and you can actually edit it right then and there, you can change the filters to like a sepia or to different types of background colors and stuff like that. But you can also individually change the the saturation, the contrast. You can play with the coloration of all of that, and you can crop it and everything. So that's all built in within the Google Photos app. So for me personally, that is a go-to for me to be able to edit and create content for specifically for posts. Haven't done much with the video aspect of it, but for taking pictures, that's a go-to for me because I can go in, add text as well, and love that feature. And once again, it's the same as going through Google Photos on your browser as well. And those are the ones that I sort of use as a go-to uh, and use them quite frequently. The next column over, starting with Lightroom. I used to be a big Adobe user, but I haven't lately just because I find everything that I need. Canva just keeps expanding and has so much going on in their world, and I love using their apps and their technology. So I haven't been back over to Lightroom for quite some time. And the other one I used to use quite a bit was Snapseed. That was actually another, I believe it was a Google product that they made for photo editing, but a lot of that was integrated into Google Photos. So what I did in Snapseed, I can actually do in Google Photos. So uh, I almost see that as a duplication for what I actually need it for. And then the last one on that list under photo, PixArt. I used to use that a ton when I was just doing individual posts, and like I was doing daily posts on all different social media sites. So definitely had they had some templates that you could use and just insert your photos, and once again playing with the contrast, the brightness, and all those features of the picture. But once again, Google Photos now has that built in as part of the editing. So shifting on over to video now. Nope, back there. Canva, because they have a video section and have done a lot of work lately. I'm starting to go to that more and more because you can insert your own video clips and do a lot of your own video editing in there and expanding it to a length that you want, whether you want to cut it short to be a reel or a YouTube short, or just a short clip to put onto your Facebook or Instagram store or Facebook story. So yeah, I am using that more and more. Before that, I also used LumaFusion. That was one that was quite popular over a year ago, and I did use that quite a bit. And like you had mentioned, Manny, CapCut. I did sort of play with that for a little while, but found that I am more, I guess I'm more used to the Canva aspect of it. And because of mobile, it's not just my phone, but I also have an iPad. And to be able to use an iPad with Canva, it's very, very, very intuitive. I haven't dove over to the CapCut side of things yet, so maybe that's because of your interest. I may be interested in diving into that a little bit as well and just see if it is a slight bit better than using Canva's templates than that they have. And I am a DaVinci Resolve user as well, and I did download the mobile app, and I've used it on my iPad as well as on my phone as well. So I do enjoy being able to do intricate settings and cuts and splits and stuff like that. But once again, that may be a little bit more for a desktop environment than a mobile, but DaVinci did create something on the mobile apps for mobile editing to sort of keep up with some of these other apps that were up and coming. And then you had mentioned this as well, Filmora. The Filmora Go, they actually have an app, and I remember way back in the day I actually started with that before I switched over to DaVinci, switched over to Canva, so that is still available as an option out there as well. And then for audio, the phones and devices these days, they're just such good high quality. I'm so impressed with what technology and the efforts and resources they put into developing these. So I used just the basic voice recorder on the device. They actually are quite good. And then using other software or apps after the fact, like Audacity, to be able to edit your audio recording and then being able to add it to a video or upload it. But for actually capturing it, just the actual device default themselves, I have had nothing but success with the phones that I've used, the iPads that I've used. So let me know if you have had or if you have any other suggestions for audio types of capturing software. So now that you've actually captured and you've edited your software, now you have to think about, okay, where am I actually going to be putting these things? So now we're going to talk about different platforms. So there's the big four here, of course: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and these are ones that I actually have installed on my device. There is also like Snapchat, TikTok, and I don't know what other ones are out there that are sort of up and coming, but I'm doing it so much for multiple accounts. So to get involved with every single social media out there, you sort of have to pick and choose which ones you think that your audience is going to be watching, as opposed to trying to capture the whole gambit of all of them. So yeah, I do daily posts on all of these platforms, but the next ones that are maybe not as intuitive. The first one is Vero, and Vero is sort of like an Instagram, but it's more geared towards photographers, and it actually is. Let me just pull it up here for you. There we go. It's like I said, it's a lot more for photographers and professionals to sort of help each other. It's more of a photographers community, as opposed to looking to make money from an algorithm or trying to be trendy and get viral videos. This is for appreciation of the photography art. So if this is something that you might be interested in, go ahead and check out Vero, and that's Vero. And it's a great app, and you can start making your network and follow people. It's very similar to Instagram, but like I said, it's giving you some maybe content creation ideas as well in terms of some good visuals. And then one I don't know how many people actually think of as a platform to post your social or to your content is LinkedIn. It's basically like your business Facebook page. to be able to reach out and network with other people that are sort of in the like mind. So if you have a business with cooking or baking online and doing shows like that, that's an ideal place to be able to post your content so that others that are into that niche as well can join you. So don't just rely on the Facebook or the Instagram or the Twitter. Um, Once you sort of get the right posts out there, the right tags, it's going to be brought up in people's feeds. So definitely is one to look into as well. And like I said, Snapchat, I just have enjoyed that mainly because of the filters. So I do chat with some family with that and have a lot of fun with that. But in terms of out to the actual community, I don't use it as much that way to post generic content. But just to have fun with friends and family is always an easy thing as well. And one other place is Discord. This is a great place to build a community. So you can actually have a server dedicated to your community and make up different channels that people can participate in. And once again, let's just switch on over to here. So here on the phone here, we have one of the many channels that I am monitoring and modding. So we have a whole channel here where you can go in and share different posts. And once again, it can be funny. It can no real rules on it. Nobody really monitoring other than you because you actually own the server. So I actually love this because many people, like you see all of these on the side, these are all channels that I do follow and am a member of. And you can be as active or as passive as you want to be. So, and if you look, C3 even has a server there as well. Unfortunately, we're not quite as active as some of these others, but hopefully someday we will be able to get there. All right. So now we've gone from platforms of where you actually are going to be posting this to what are you going to do once you're actually done posting this content. It's like you can't keep that on your phone or device forever, so you have to upload it somewhere or take it off your phone because you're going to run out of space. Even though phones these days, they keep getting larger and larger, you're not going to be able to keep everything on the device forever. And that's where a lot of these cloud services actually come in quite handy. One of the ones I go to all the time, Google Photos. Not only is it a great place to edit, it's a storage place as well. And every Google account comes with 15 gigs of storage, and you can choose to automatically save your photos in high quality or original quality. So I really enjoy that they don't actually scale down the pictures to make it fit. They keep the original quality of the pictures and videos that you take on your phone. Another thing similar to that, Amazon Photos. I'm not sure how many people know about this service. It's a free app to back up, share and organize your photos and videos. All Amazon Photo customers get 5 gigs of full resolution photo and video storage. Prime members have unlimited photo storage. So not sure if people were aware of that, and 5 gigs for video. So make sure you check the app description when you go and download it for the countries where this is applicable. Definitely in the US and Canada it is applicable, and that's where I do save a lot of my photos because I am a Prime member. So you have unlimited storage for all of your photos. So once you do create your content online on your mobile device, you can look at the settings and just have it automatically back up to Amazon Photos, and then you know it's always going to be there whenever you need it. And then iCloud. Everybody who has an Apple device, they have to create an Apple ID, and you're going to get some base amount of storage. And for me, I'm only paying $1.29 Canadian for each month for 50 gigs of space. So check your Apple account to see what the upgrade options are. For me, I see that I can go up to 200 gigabytes, 2 terabytes, 6 terabytes, or 12 terabytes. And that ranges in price from $3.99 all the way up to $79.99 per month. So take a look if that is something that you're looking at to get automatically backed up your photos and videos on your device. Another one, Microsoft's OneDrive. You get to sign up with a Microsoft account and you get 5 gigs for free. And if you upgrade to a Microsoft 365 subscription, you get up to 1 terabyte of storage space as well. So it's a great deal for backing, and a great idea for backing up your content. And then the last one I have showing up there that I've used in the past, and I'm not using it as much anymore because of the other storage places, is Dropbox. And when you sign up for it, you get free 2 terabytes of space, which combined all of those different services, you have a ton of free storage just for signing up with some of these services. So perhaps this is something that you might be interested in taking a look at. So that is just sort of a nutshell of the different apps that are on my phone that I use for content creation. But I have a couple of bonus ones for you. First one being the Meta Business Suite. We all know Facebook is very big out there on the internet with all the different companies that they're acquiring and making them all work together. But for myself, I used to use Hootsuite for planning and scheduling all my social posts. But I found it sort of glitchy, and then when they went to a subscription model, I could not afford to pay for the features that I actually wanted to use. So I found that the platforms that I'm usually going to and my audience are usually Facebook and Instagram. And because Meta is responsible and has taken over both of those, I use the native planner tool within the Business Suite to to schedule my posts. And once again, it's available on mobile as well as on a web-based platform. So it's nothing that you have to install. It's something that is accessible. And I'm just going to pull that up here and show you what it actually looks like on the phone. Right. So here we are under one of my accounts that I run, so you can actually see all the different posts that are going on, and then you can switch it on over to other multiple accounts that you have. And then what I enjoy, you can all the tools that you have, and what I use mostly is the planner, where you can actually tap and once you've created your content, you can just upload and schedule it right there. So all you have to do is just tap and create, and whether you're going to do new post, reel, story, or you can even create a new ad. So creating a post, and then whatever accounts that you want to post it in, and if it's all within that Facebook ecosystem, look, you can do all 3 if you have groups or like Instagram as well. So it's what you create one post and look, it posts into 3 locations, which I absolutely love because that definitely saves time. And yeah, for myself, I do daily posts for 3 different accounts, one personal and sort of 2 business accounts. So I'm always looking for a tool that's going to make it easy to post to multiple accounts. So I'm finding that this native one definitely does help out. So yeah, 3 accounts times 2 platforms equals 6 posts. 6 posts daily times 7 days a week, so 42 posts a week. So that's a lot to do individually, one by one, on each of the platforms. So finding tools like this that post to multiple platforms, game changer, and that's huge, huge time saver. So I'm so glad that Meta did actually create this whole business suite. So uh, taking advantage of the, once again, the native app that works within that ecosystem. And then the one extra bonus one that I have, anything with NDI is a wonderful, wonderful thing if you have the right streaming software to be able to have it be used from your devices. And basically, NDI-HX camera is the name of it. And it turns my mobile device, whether it be a phone or a tablet, into a live video production camera. So please note that your streaming software must be able to use NDI technology. And I personally use vMix, and it does accept that as a camera source as well. And NDI stands for Network Device Interface. It's a low latency IP video protocol developed especially for the professional live video production. So on a weekly stream that I do, I actually have my iPad down on my main floor, and it just uses that NDI technology to connect back to my streaming software, so I don't have to run wires across my entire house to connect everything in. So you can actually create different sets in different parts of your house, which I find very engaging for the audience because it's not always the same set that you're talking to. It's like, oh, something may have changed, and you can change one set up every so often as well. So that technology, that actually you would have to purchase, but it's a one-time purchase. And then once you install it, I think it's about $25 Canadian. But once you purchase it, you can put it on as many devices as you want. And I'm lucky enough that people that are using or have upgraded their iPhones to new devices, they give me their old iPhones. It's like they don't need space, but hey, iPhone cameras are actually pretty darn good. So being able to have all of these extra little iPhones all over the house to be able to use as like look outside and see what the weather is like, and it's just a matter of switching the input on your streaming software. But once again, it's a simple app to be able to install, whether it be on an Android or an iOS device. So that, in a very, very, very quick nutshell, is what I have on my phone that I use for streaming and for content creation. So I'm just going to say a big thank you to everyone who is around. And which one of these apps do you have on your phone? Let us know in the comments of whether any of these are on your phone or on your mobile device, or are there any that are of interest to you? And with that, I'm going to switch on back to here. And so just to wrap things up here, Manny, now that I've shown some of the apps on my phone, I want to ask you, how do these apps compare to the tools that you're using? And are there any apps from this list that you haven't tried yet but are excited to explore? One moment. There we go.
you actually shared a lot of them that I was like, okay, that's actually pretty good. I do have the OneDrive on my phone, but I don't know that I've ever opened it. So I don't know if that was just from iPhone, population. One of the ads that you or one of the apps you reminded me that I actually do use is, and I just downloaded it on my new phone this past week, was the Business Suite one. So that makes it easy to manage a lot of your content. But a few other apps that I also use, but more not for content creation, more managing my ads. I use Google Ads and Ads Manager, the Meta Ads Manager. So I do use that to help me manage my statistics, my analytics, things that see how things are performing, and I can still change it up from there. But where you did catch my attention, and I still won't jump on that one, but Snapchat. That was actually cool what you were doing there, and where you can easily, in the touch of a button, be on the screen and be unique. That's pretty cool when you think about creativity and creators being creative. So I thought that was a great one that you shared, and there was a lot of value on it. Another one that you shared, that I found was interesting, LinkedIn. Now, I've always had LinkedIn on my phone, and it is actually, you hit it right on the head. It is more business. Like if you're targeting businesses, if that's a great app to use. I probably need to use it more, to be completely honest with you. Um, because there's a lot of value there. Another app that you talked about that I've used for years as an Android user, and I still have it on my iPhone, Google Photos. You're right about what they're doing in their unique world. They're doing some great things with that app, which adds a lot of value because, with Google Photos, you can pretty much bring up these photos anywhere. So if you're out and about and you need a quick photo that you need to use for some, and to bring an asset into a production, having the Google Photos there and having those organized is definitely a way to use it. And what I use a lot, I think you use a different calendar, but I use Google Calendar a lot to sync with everything. So I find that a very valuable resource. But you also shared a lot of apps that I don't even touch, and probably just because of learning something new, because it looked like you had Adobe up there on one of the Adobe ones, which has always been a very valuable app. And so a lot of the apps that you brought to this table today was like, okay, if you're not using these, you might want to look into them because they might add a lot of value to your streaming or your video production. And as someone who does a lot of live streaming, as yourself and myself, I think having these apps to help you create content on the go. I don't know how many times I'm sending something to Messenger so that I can then bring it up elsewhere, which I can also do on Google Drive, right? If I'm sending a video over, it's so hard to send a video that is a bigger file, right? You can't do that through Messenger. If it's over 1 minute, you can forget about it. But having the Google Drive on there or OneDrive, as you had shared, that's an easy way to share a video content with someone else that might use it in their productions. Or when I'm bringing on someone to interview and they want to send me some assets, I always say, you can just send me a video through Google Apps, and that alone will get right to me, and then just share it with me, and that's an easy way to get it. So really, a lot of the ones that you hit on, my gosh, if anyone that is a content creator, those apps are invaluable to the content creation style. So kudos, man. That was great.
Yeah, and not only this was just for actual creation. Uh, we could do a whole episode on management of all of that stuff as well, because there's a ton of apps to while you're on the go. Like you said, you're traveling on the go and you're working with your clients, and it's like, hey, send me this file, and it's like, no. You don't want to say, hey, wait till I get home so I can get to my computer to send that to you. It's like, no,
Yeah,
you have the apps on there. So we could do a whole show dedicated to just that in itself. So maybe
that's a
that's
good
something
point.
that we could look at in the future. But
Yeah,
yeah,
for
no,
sure.
Google has done a ton of stuff to make it easy for content creators in their whole suite of apps, the the video and photo creation process. So I have to tip my hat to Google for doing such a good job and making it quite easy for content creators to be able to do their stuff. Unfortunately, they're grabbing all my information, but hey, it's a delicate balancing act. What if you're willing to give up a little bit of information? Uh, look at all the perks that you get by all the different services that they have. So, all right, just taking a quick peek to find out if there's any comments that have come in through our groups here to see if there's any questions. And I just am glad to see Anna is still on board saying hello. Uh, she, oh, at the very beginning, I said it was Stampede here in Calgary, Alberta. And she says, how fun. Alberta, Canada is on my bucket list. So,
That's awesome.
yeah, and someday, Manny, you and the family should come up to Calgary too, and I can give you a big tour of everything up here.
Yeah, I want to go see some WWE up there. You didn't see that
Absolutely.
one coming.
No, I didn't, but yeah, no, it's actually interesting. The Calgary Stampede here with AEW rising, they're looking for big audiences. They actually have AEW during the Calgary Stampede here.
That's awesome. Yeah, I was watching an event yesterday, and that's what made me think of it because they were in Alberta, I want to say,
Yeah,
and now that's what made me think of you just being in Canada. And then,
yeah,
so I'm like, from what I understand, it's really not that crazy to get over there. You got to go from like one of the upper states, but you can get there easily.
yeah, very easily. So, all right. Well, if there's no other questions there, let us wrap things up by saying we've moved beyond the confines of desktop content creation. Uh, oh, how come this is cut off here? There we go. Make it a little bit wider so I can read it. We've moved beyond the confines of desktop content creation and embraced mobile creativity with the best 2024 apps on my personal phone. These apps bring powerful features and flexibility, enabling the production of stunning content from anywhere. We explored essential tools for photo editing, video production, storage, and social media platforms, ideal for creators on the move. The aim is not only to post on socials, but to create content that truly engages your audience. And to learn how to engage your audience, I'm going to put a link in the description or in the comments below after the stream. When Manny did a show on May the 5th of this year about 3 effective ways to engage your audience on social media. So I'll put the link in the description after we're done here so that we can get you a link to that show. And with that, where are we going here? Okay, we need Dory back because she does this a whole lot smoother than what we're doing.
My friends, if you enjoy content like this and you're finding it useful, we would love it if you'd like and subscribe. And sharing our content is also a great way to spread the love. And you can visit our website for all the information on all the ways that you can connect with us at linktree/content creators connect. We are on YouTube, Facebook, and X. And be sure to drop into the comments below and let us know what kind of content that you'd like to see us create in the future. Between three of us, one of us would be more than glad to share that content. And again, thanks for joining Content Creators Connect, aka C3, tonight, as Kevin discussed the mobile apps he has on his phone for content creation. We will return next Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I will be sharing with you 3 main videos that you should be doing all within 60 to 90 seconds to help you kick off your Facebook ads campaign so that you can actually get some value from the money you're spending with Facebook to get your product or your service or your brand out there even a little further. We will be multicasting live to YouTube, Facebook, and X. So be sure to join us. Until then, we urge you to identify and lean into your 3 C's. Start today creating unique content that builds connections and breaks down those barriers. See you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.